Take control of the numbers and supercharge your small business with Xero. That's Xero. With our easy-to-use accounting software with automation and reporting features, you'll spend less time on manual tasks and more time understanding how your business is doing. 87% of surveyed U.S. customers agree Xero helps improve financial visibility. Search Xero with an X or visit xero.com/ACAST to start your 30-day free trial. Conditions apply.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, max out your savings. The more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on any smart bed with base. Limited time. Check it out at a Sleep Number store near you or at sleepnumber.com today.
This is Hannah Berner from Giggly Squad. O-Pill is the first over-the-counter daily birth control pill available in the U.S. Let's be real, getting a birth control prescription is not always easy, and it's so much admin. In fact, about a third of women face barriers to access prescription birth control. Between scheduling appointments, missing work, class, or just trying to exist, it's a lot. But now O-Pill is putting birth control in our control. O-Pill is a daily birth control that's FDA approved, full prescription strength, and estrogen free, and 98% effective when used as directed. Grab it online or at most major retailers, no prescription or doctor's appointment needed. So if you're thinking about birth control, check out O-Pill to see if it's right for you. Use code GIGGLY for 25% off your first month of O-Pill at OPILL.com. That's code GIGGLY at OPILL.com. Birth control in your control. We love to see it.
Welcome to the Neurodivergent Experience podcast, a podcast where we share the lived experiences of neurodivergent people to help create a better understanding for our community.
Join us every week as we bring you honest, raw, and inspiring conversations with specialists, advocates, and individuals who know exactly what it's like to live the neurodivergent experience.
I'm Jordan James, a neurodivergent specialist, father of neurodivergent children, husband to a neurodivergent wife, and author of The Autistic Experience, and I'm joined by my best friend.
I'm Simon Scott. I'm an autistic ADHD broadcaster, actor, and advocate. Join us as we journey into unraveling the neurodivergent experience.
Hello, and welcome back to the Neurodivergent Experience. Woo! Dude, it feels so long since we have sat here.
I know.
And had a
I was literally
conversation.
just thinking that. I was like, Christ, when was the last time, it has literally been ages since we recorded. Obviously, we've seen each other and we speak on the phone and stuff like that. Sitting down in the booth, fire in the booth. Been a while. It actually has genuinely really been a while. This is probably the longest we've had a break from recording since our January hiatus, which we'll probably do again. But
I mean, it's only a couple of weeks, but it feels so much longer.
I've really missed it.
But that is why we are here, is because we love doing this so much.
Oh, yeah.
And we have just hit 101,000 downloads.
Yeah.
101,000 downloads.
It's a lot of downloads.
You say it. How many downloads?
101,000.
That is incredible. in less than 2 years. It's like 19, 20 months we've been doing this.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
in a million years, I couldn't have even imagined getting to this 101,000 downloads so quickly. I mean, I know I've got a lot of followers, and I know we do a lot of work behind the scenes with marketing and promoting it. You do promotion on other podcasts and stuff, and we work so hard. Honestly, we really work hard.
It's a gig. It's a job, really, in a way.
Yeah.
Making put my little producer's hat on, I suppose. Making a podcast happen is not easy. Like, I have so many people say to me, they're like, "Oh, anyone can do a podcast." I go, "Go on then, go on then," and they don't realize how much work it takes to even make one, let alone get somebody to listen to it. Because, like, you and I can both vouch for this. Your friends and family don't just go, "Oh yeah, I'll listen to every single episode." Like,
nope,
they don't. They really don't. So, like, doing this organically has been one of the toughest things I think I've ever sort of done, like building this with no money in the background, like no extra help. It has literally just been you and I. Like, I work on shows that have got 6-7 people on their team. And we're doing better than some of those gigs, which is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's as independent as you get. It's just you, me, our old laptops, some nice new microphones, which is the only thing that we bought. The only purchase that we have made for this podcast was we bought some nice new microphones to sound really profesh. Because if you listen to the very first episodes, I sound like I was in the toilet. Like, I was not in the toilet.
Were you not in the toilet?
I was not in the toilet. It sounded really echoey, really terrible. And after like 3 or 4, I think it was after the first time we ever interviewed Brett, and his microphone sounded crisp, and mine sounded so bad, and I was like, okay, sod it.
But didn't you have like a gaming headset on like the first few?
I switched between them because I was just trying to make it sound right, and I was trying to get comfortable, and we were doing video then, and we obviously don't have time for that now.
It's hard work.
It's hard work, but we have just plodded on. There's been a few times where we've just thought, oh God, is this really worth it? And then we get some amazing messages from our fans, and you have no idea how much these mean to us. Like, it's so reaffirming to have real people saying that we're affecting real lives, because we don't get to see it, in person as much as we'd like. We did the live, and we met our fans then, and gave lots of hugs, and
it was really,
really nice. Yeah,
a lot
of hugs.
It was really sweet. I actually I felt popular for the first time in my life, like genuinely.
Like, people like me.
I was like, oh, people like me. But this is, I think, a really nice moment of, we've done this together, but we also couldn't have done it without you people listening.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for affording us the opportunity to reach so many people. Like, I've worked on a lot of shows, a lot of UK shows. We have as many listeners in the US as we do in the UK. I do not know many big professional shows that have as many listeners in the US as they do in the UK as a UK-based show. We are a little bit of a unicorn, my friend, in like the podcasting world. Like, self-confidence, we'll talk about me building confidence. Like, if you ever listen to the first episode, I was actually there, believe it or not. I was like, hello.
It wasn't just the Jordan James show.
I was like, just like Sidekick Simon, wasn't I? The first one, you were like, you can talk, I was like, okay, I might mention something in episode 5. But like, I've been to like podcasting networking events and sort of gone there and been with people that work on like BBC Sounds and like directly at Spotify or big production companies like Persephone or Audio Always, and they go, oh, you've got a little indie podcast, cute little indie podcast. How many downloads have you got? And when I tell them, literally, dude, their jaws hit the floor. They're like, how have you done that? And I go, perseverance, blood, sweat, tears, Tism, my best friend, and some awesome people that tune in. And that's literally just the magic sauce.
It's another thing that I can sort of put to my CV of achievements from when I started advocating to now. And I look through all the things that I've done, awards for my photography, selling my photography all over the world, doing shows, doing talks, a number 1 selling book, a self-published novel that I wrote about an autistic child, or me as an autistic child. And just when I look at, and obviously my page as well, that was there in the background. But I look at this, and I was happier and am more excited about reaching 100,000 downloads with the podcast than I've been excited or happy about any other achievement I've made. And that's because I get to celebrate it and I get to have that achievement with you, my best freaking friend, my brother, my comrade in arms against the evil oppressors.
Yeah, we're fighting back, aren't we?
The neurotypical RFK lovers.
Yeah, you buggers.
You buggers. Not neurotypical, just anyone.
Just the
anyone,
RFK branded.
Yeah,
versions,
anyone that makes us feel bad for being different. But it's like I've always. I mean, I know I've got my family with me, but I always do these things, and I know my book's co-written, but my relationship with the co-author isn't. You know, she's my friend, but it's nothing compared to the relationship I have with you. So being able to achieve this with each other is why it's my biggest achievement. And the reason it's such an amazing achievement for neurodivergent people is because autism is steeped in the myth that we are lonely, we should be alone. The word autism comes from being by oneself. It means that you are trapped within your own mind, that you don't communicate, that you don't make friends, that you don't want to know what other people are doing. And it's just a myth, because a lot of neurodivergent people who are seemingly trapped within themselves, it's not because they want to be, it's because it's almost like they're forced to be. And the idea that we want to be left alone is one of the most harmful things to us as a people, because I end up wanting to be left alone simply because I was treated badly. But when we meet people like ourselves, when we find that camaraderie, we find that community, I never, ever want to be alone again. Unless I'm playing video games, and then leave me alone.
Yeah, it's so true. Like when I got my diagnosis in the tail end of 2022, I had a handful of friends. Maybe they weren't the sort of friends that were right for me, and got a lot of different circle now. My circle's very tight now. But when I was on Autism Speaks and fell down that sort of little rabbit hole, I read so much stuff that was like, you will cope better alone. It says you are overstimulated by other people will hurt you. And I became reclusive because I thought that's what I had to do. You know? And I shut myself off from a lot of people, and I really like the skill regression that I went through with like socializing or just sort of having any real self-confidence really went out of the window. And I've had to really build myself back up from that. This podcast has been one of the things that's really, really helped me with that. It's been life-changing, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I think that is a horrific myth, that we need to be on our own. Don't get me wrong. I need breaks. I need timeouts. If I'm having like deep socializing, I need to go and have a lay down in a little corner. I was absolutely, overwhelmed with joy to see Kat Burns talking about this on Celebrity Traitors. Literally the other night, she went, "Why were you laid down in the other room? Are you tired because you're a traitor?" She was like, "No, I'm autistic ADHD. I needed to lie down because I get burnt out." It's like, oh, I love that. I love that. I'm now seeing more of that.
The honesty is so helpful. It makes us feel so less alone.
It's so helpful. It's so helpful. It's a game changer. And like talking to you every week, and we talk more than just once a week. We talk literally nearly every day, don't we? But that, you don't believe it until you see it. I'm a big believer in don't tell people, show them. It's like if I make a promise to somebody, I will try and keep it. And if I can't make a promise, I won't make a promise. And one of the great things that I've loved about sort of doing this show and going through it is it has completely turned every misconception I had about autism on its head. 100%. Like, I thought I needed to be on my own. I didn't think that I would ever be able to have like a proper full-time job. I didn't think I'd be able to to own a house or keep a relationship without feeling really disabled or very vulnerable. And in the early days, I did feel like that because that's what I thought I had to feel like.
Yeah, I think that people don't realize how damaging the negative rhetoric can be, because there's so many people that will say, they'll say, oh, you're being too positive. It's toxic positivity. It's not real. And we keep saying this is two sides of the same coin. I'm equally as disabled as I am abled to do things better than others. I do have special abilities, and then I do have special needs. It's literally day to day, environment to environment, subject to subject, demand to demand. What has been, I think, my favorite thing about doing the podcast, apart from the fact that, I basically found one of the best friends I've ever had, is that I've learned a lot. Like, I started this with so much, under my belt, so much experience of advocating and all the things that I'd done. And I'm the sort of person that will never, ever settle and say, oh, I know everything. That's why I don't like the word expert. To me, I don't know the definition in someone's head what expert means, but to me, expert means you know everything about something. And I would never say that I know everything about anything. That's why I'm always learning. I'm always taking in new information, and seeing you and going through the journey as I had gone through the journey on my own, essentially, along with my family, but, learning everything myself, having to do all of the research and stuff myself, but being able to see you thrive because I've done all that work, because I'm able to share my experiences with you. I can pass it on, and then seeing it in you thriving, but then you surpassing your own expectations and reaching exactly my expectations, because I always knew how good you were going to be. And I told you that right from the beginning, how much potential you had. It's why I loved talking to you. And you eventually believed in yourself, and you did so much research yourself on top of all the things I was telling you. And you taught me things that I didn't know about. You taught me things that opened my mind and undoubtedly opened the minds of the people listening, because you have been a huge contributor to people's lives, which I don't believe that you believed that you would ever have that.
No.
Because you said, you started this because you wanted I wanted
for selfish reasons. I wanted to
you wanted to make the podcast that you needed. But what you did is you made the podcast that everybody needed. And I'm not blowing our own trumpet. All you got to do is listen. And if people disagree, then why are so many people listening?
Well, I've got some reviews here, dude. I thought I'd bring some for the show.
Well, should we have a break and then we can crack on?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's have a break.
This is Hannah Berner from Giggly Squad. O-Pill is the first over-the-counter daily birth control pill available in the U.S. Let's be real, getting a birth control prescription is not always easy, and it's so much admin. In fact, about a third of women face barriers to access prescription birth control. Between scheduling appointments, missing work, class, or just trying to exist, it's a lot. But now O-Pill is putting birth control in our control. O-Pill is a daily birth control that's FDA approved, full prescription strength, and estrogen free, and 98% effective when used as directed. Grab it online or at most major retailers, no prescription or doctor's appointment needed. So if you're thinking about birth control, check out O-Pill to see if it's right for you. Use code GIGGLY for 25% off your first month of O-Pill at OPILL.com. That's code GIGGLY at OPILL.com. Birth control in your control. We love to see it.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, max out your savings. The more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on any smart bed with base. Limited time. Check it out at a Sleep Number store near you or at sleepnumber.com today.
This is a Neurodivergent Experience public announcement. If you live in England and you or a loved one is waiting for an autism or ADHD assessment, you don't have to wait years. RTN Diagnostics is now part of the NHS Right to Choose scheme, which means if your local wait for a consultant-led autism or ADHD assessment is more than 18 weeks, you can choose RTN instead, and it won't cost you a penny. Jordan chose RTN for his own family because their care and attention to detail was second to none. They didn't just diagnose autism and ADHD, they looked at the full picture, including PDA, OCD, anxiety, and more. The team is friendly, neuroaffirming, and comprises many neurodivergent individuals, so they truly understand. Getting started is simple. Download the GP referral letter and questionnaire from the link in our show notes, take those to your GP, and ask for a referral to RTN Diagnostics. If approved, RTN will be in touch within 8 weeks to begin your assessment. Remember, this only applies in England and some exclusions do apply. RTN is not currently able to accept referrals for child ADHD assessments, so check the details before you start. RTN Diagnostics, helping you get the answers you deserve without the wait. Welcome back to the Neurodivergent Experience. Don't know if you know, we've got 101,000 downloads.
That's a lot of Dalmatians.
It's a lot of
It's 101,000 Dalmatians.
If that was Corella Deville, it'd be a very big coat. But yes, that's a lot of Dalmatians. But just before the break, we were just sort of talking about, you know, the successes of the show. It still feels weird saying that in my mouth, the successes of the show. But we've had some unbelievable reviews in the past. I'll just read a couple here. I was 55 when I was diagnosed autistic, and this podcast is far and away the best resource I've found. Not an episode goes by that I don't see myself in at least one story that either Jordan, Simon, or one of their guests tell. I've never seen myself so routinely represented anywhere. I'd give this show 100 stars if I could, which was very, very sweet.
That is very sweet.
Another one, I've been searching for answers my entire life. No one, including myself, had. Not everything is applicable to me, but thus the term neurodivergent. Many episodes feel as if someone is inside my head and I hear myself thinking. Add avoidance, depression, and extreme anxiety. Another one here from Sweden, all the way from Sweden. Love listening to you guys. I can't recommend this podcast enough. I'm 48 and have recently learnt that I have ADHD and autism. I feels like I have finally found my people. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. It means a lot.
Yeah, I've got one. This one was a fun one. I freaking love this podcast, guys. I'm a late diagnosed woman in the US and hating the insanity going on in our country with our current administration. And your podcast genuinely has kept me from shutting down, kept me engaged. Lots of triggering content some days, but delivered in a way that is relatable and digestible. Love your humor. Wish you'd come to the US on tour. Maybe in like 4 years' time.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Next step is ordering your book, Jordan. Yeah, everyone order my book. Either the autistic experience, Silence Voice is finally heard, or A Little Different from the Rest, which is my amazing five-star review on Amazon, self-published book. So A Little Different from the Rest. You crack.
Yes, if you want us to come to the US on tour, obviously we'll have to get through customs. But
can we go on Canada?
We'll go to Canada, jump over the border, we'll all hang out. But buy Jordan's book, and then we might be able to afford to come. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't know what the book share sales are like, but yeah, sod it. Why not? Go for it.
It's not a lot of money. It's pretty crap, to be honest. But it is a very, very helpful book. But it is not as helpful as this podcast. I don't think so, anyway. And I was partly writing it. But what it does is it gives loads of different experiences. But we're not here about the book. We're about the podcast. So, Scotty,
Hello.
your journey, right, is I look at sort of my life, and yeah, there's a lot of things that have changed. But essentially, I'm sort of still doing the same thing and still living the same life as I was. But you, my friend, I don't think I've ever seen anyone go through so much change so quickly. So, like, go through your journey of the last 2 years after you met me and we confessed our brotherly love for each other.
We had a little cuddle and a kiss, didn't we?
Brotherly love, and then decided. Well, we decided we're just going to crack on and we're going to do the podcast. Because, by the way, everyone, it took us a year, more than a year.
It did.
From when we first said we were going to do this to when we actually started. It took us like a year and a half to actually get going. And my goodness me, like that was actually quicker than I thought, because procrastination.
PDA.
PDA.
Crikey.
Big time.
Yeah, so in that, literally it was a year and a half, wasn't it? And I felt guilt every single day that I wasn't making this happen. I felt like it was really down to me to make it happen and to reach out to you and to sort of connect. But you also had your book coming out at the time. You were having issues with your back as well. So it was like it wasn't the right time. But looking back in hindsight now, that's a good sign for me that we did it at the right time when everything sort of aligned for us. And dude, I was working from home a lot. Very, very ever really left the house. I was drinking a lot on my own as well. Wasn't really spending any time with anybody. I kind of isolated myself from my family a little bit. Was just very, very lonely and lived in an apartment that didn't get a lot of light and sort of was just existing, really. I was just a bit of a zombie. And I'd always sort of had these ambitions of things that I wanted to do. And a lot of that is associated with my experiences with like school and how I was treated. And I always had this chip that I was like, I'm going to prove you wrong. Like the biggest motivation I can ever have is a fuck you. Like if I have a fuck you, you're in bother. But I ran out of fuck yous and I went, no, they were right. They were right. Like this is your life. This is what you're going to get from it. And what I was reading about like autism and ADHD, and I drank the Kool-Aid. I was like, right, this is your life now. Just sort of accept it. And yeah, I was very sad. I was really, really sad. And starting this podcast has not only given me a friendship I'm going to have for the rest of my life, but it's also allowed me to have a friendship with myself. Because I've been able to really put things out there that I've been really afraid to talk about to myself. And I've talked about it on this show many times that I don't realize how I feel about things sometimes until I get it out. And one of the main reasons as to why I did this podcast is I was having therapy with a guy called Phil, who I loved having therapy with. He really did help me. And on our last sort of session I had, he said, what's one of your dreams that you think you're not going to get? He says, because you can make anything happen. And I said to him, I've always wanted to have my own podcast. I said, I've always done things associated with what I wanted to do. It's like, I wanted to be an actor, so I ended up working behind the scenes. I wanted to be a radio presenter, so I ended up producing radio and getting good at it, but never put myself in the opportunity to do it myself.
Yeah, always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. And he literally said to me, I actually think, Simon, if you were to do a podcast and talk how you talk to me, I actually think you'd be able to really help a lot of people. And it just stuck with me. It was like a record in my head.
Insightful
I was like,
guy.
I really want to do something about it. And once we started doing the show, dude, it's like, you know, in The Wizard of Oz when it goes from black and white to colour. That was my life. Genuinely. Like, I feel a bit emotional now. But no, that was my life. I've got friendships now that I never thought I could have. Not just with you. I've got multiple friendships now that I've got such a wonderful circle of friends. And if you're listening, thank you. I'm a lot closer with my family than I used to be now. The relationship I've built with my partner, she is my life partner now. I got good with money, which I never thought I'd be able to do. I now have a dream job. I'm literally, not only am I running my own podcast with one of my best friends, I'm now working with somebody who I love going to work every day. I love my job. And we're now setting up an Autistic Culture podcast network together, which is creating shows by neurodivergent people for neurodivergent people on so many topics. I actually feel like I am now creating a huge resource for our culture and our people and preserving it.
Yes. So you're not just doing the podcast yourself, but now you're creating a network to give the ability for other people to do what we did, but with help from you, because we were able to do. Now. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have done this by myself. I know I'm the one with the following and the reputation, but I tried doing a podcast, and I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to produce. I didn't know where to put it. I stuck it on Spotify, and it's just me rambling on for about an hour, and it was never going to work. And I always wanted to do it with someone, because that's the best way to do it, is having discussions rather than just talking and talking and talking. So what you're able to do with podcasting and adding on to your experience as well, what an amazing thing to think that's the future. That's where you're at.
Yeah, I feel like my life started genuinely. Like, I've listened to so many interviews of late diagnosed people from 20 to 55, 60, and I have the pleasure of being a fly on the wall for a lot of these conversations through my work. And I feel so lucky, which it feels strange, but I feel lucky that I got diagnosed at the time that I did. It happened at exactly the right time. I had the tools to do something about it. And I feel so fortunate now that I see a lot of people around me, and I see the signs of what I was struggling with, what I was sort of internalizing or processing or masking. And I actually feel like now I have the tools, I have the language, I have the confidence to reach out to somebody and go, I know that you don't ask for help, and I know that you don't necessarily need help, but if you do, I'm here. And if you want something, this is the advice that I would give. If you want to do something with that, that's entirely up to you. And I tell you what, man, if somebody had been able to have done that to me, where I was at, it would have been life-changing. And then I remember that they did. It was you.
Oh.
So sort of having this relationship in my life, I've never had siblings. I'm an only child. I do now. I've got a big brother. It's you. So that's what we've sort of built with this show. I've built an extended family. Like, I feel like you and Sylvia and your kids are now almost like an extension of my own family.
Dude, you are part of our family just as much as, like...
I've got so much from it. It's been the best thing that I ever did. Genuinely, it's the best thing that I ever did.
Yeah.
And I'm just so grateful that I get to do this twice a week.
Like, Sylvia adores you, dude. Sylvia adores you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
you know? And Sylvia's so closed off when it comes to anyone, really. You know, it's not like she doesn't like people, but she won't openly be like, oh, I can't wait to hang out with that person. And there's a few of my friends where she's just like, oh, I'm really, really, really like that person. But yeah, you are definitely like right up there. Like, Sylvia absolutely adores you. Like, you're literally part of this family.
Oh, the weekend that we had when I came down, like, we were up literally until like 1, 2 in the morning, just all hanging out, weren't we? We all went, oh shit, we should probably go to bed. And it was just so sort of like, one of the things that I absolutely love about our people, but my people as well, is that I cannot see you and Sylvia for sometimes, like, that it has been years at a time, sometimes in person. Every time I hang out with you, it's like, I just saw you yesterday.
Literally.
Like, literally just saw you yesterday. It's like, oh, hey, we just pick up where we left off.
It's almost like you press pause and then carry on.
And that's one of the things that I've learned about our culture is we as people do that. We can sort of be on our own and be just sort of in your own space and like, monotropic, you can lose yourself sometimes in like hyper focus and flow states. But what I love is, that I can sort of maybe not see you for 9 months and it doesn't change your perception of me. It doesn't change who I am to you or anything. It's just, we just are. There's no sort of like hidden pretense or any underlying thing. Like, we can literally talk to each other about anything, and we do. We are such a support network for each other. And that's one of the things that I really hope you as a listener feel like. I feel like that on a Thursday and on a Friday and on a Monday, you can listen to a mindfulness session with Ashley, or listen to some news on a Friday, or an emotional, sometimes a bit over the top episode on a Thursday, and know that somebody cares about you. Somebody wants to support you and helps here if you need it. And that's more than I could have ever hoped for when we first started this show. Yeah, I selfishly did it for me. I was like, I want to make, if no one's going to make it for me, then it's going to have to be me. And I really hope we've inspired a lot of people to talk about what they've got going on, or research more, or realize they're neurodivergent, or choose to unmask safely. And, if anybody's had half of the effect that this show has had on me, then I'm good.
I mean, I keep saying, oh yeah, no, nothing much has changed, but like really, mentally, so much has changed for me, and the biggest thing by far is my anger issues. Like,
oh God,
and I think like this morning, I'm driving home from work because I did a night shift, and I'm driving home in the morning, and it's a 50 zone, and someone's doing 25 mile an hour, and they're 3 cars in front of me.
Oh, I could just see you now.
And in the past, I'd have got so angry. I'd have been beeping. I'd have been like, oh, what the? Now, I absolutely am like, that person's a complete prick. Because if you're going to go that slowly in a 50, move over, let people by. Because like maybe they're looking for something. Maybe their cars. I mean, if you're going that slow, you should have your hazards on anyway. But if you choose to do that, don't be selfish and make everybody else slow just because you are slow. Like, otherwise you're just selfish. But their selfishness is it's their problem. And I wasn't going to make it my problem. I just let it go. Like, I didn't get angry. It doesn't stop me from having thoughts of rocket launchers attached to my car. So I wish I had a James Bond car.
Goddamn flamethrower in the trunk.
But it's like, I don't get angry. And it's like, because the angriest I think most people get is when they're driving. Like that's when, like, genuinely I'm absolutely fine. And then someone gets in the car and they just turn into a lunatic.
Yep.
That's when most anger seems to reach the absolute pinnacle for a lot of people, that and social media seemingly. And I think being able to completely not even manage my anger, but just it doesn't exist. Like it's not even there. Is just when driving, it flows through everything else. So like, it's very rarely does anything make me angry. Now that doesn't mean I don't have meltdowns. That doesn't mean that I don't get overwhelmed and I don't like have little mini meltdowns. But the mini meltdowns are just like a snap and I'm good. And I haven't thrown anything. I haven't punched anything. I haven't.
Do you know what? You really haven't.
Anything.
You really haven't. You've done a lot of healing, dude. It's been wonderful.
A year ago, I punched a wall so hard, I broke my knuckle.
And you threw your Gandalf pop as well. I remember that. You were so upset when that broke.
Yeah, I did a lot of things. And recently I was biting myself because I didn't want to punch things or throw things. So I was trying to deal with it by biting myself. And I did it to the point where I was bruising myself and I was like, okay, this isn't good. So I've actually gone out of my way, because sometimes I do get very, very overwhelmed, very, very upset. So it's not even angry. It's just like, I don't know where this energy, I've got all this pent up energy from being so overwhelmed. And I'm like, I don't know how to release this. I don't know what to do with this that doesn't end up with me in a meltdown. So I bite things. Right. So I've got an actual thing, like a baby biting thing. I've ordered that, and I'm literally going to have like a baby chew thing to really bite on, because it just helps me release. And again, that's not anger. That's a meltdown.
It's your energy,
in a controlled,
your fusion
way.
Reactor. Yeah.
It's just being super upset with something to the point where I just can't cope with it. And that's just a typical meltdown. But it's really great that I can think about these things and go, okay, I know what to do now, and I know how to help me. CBD, like doing the episode about CBD, my whole thing was, I think CBD is probably not going to work. And then I did the episode and talked to you about it and read about it, and suddenly, like, I have CBD oil nearly every day, and it's so relaxing. It's
game changer for me, dude. It really was.
Oh, dude, it's so good. And just the things that I've learned that have helped me deal with my meltdowns and my anger issues and my mental health in general, it's been unbelievable. And that is down to doing this podcast. So it has changed our lives massively, just hugely. And I feel like we've really grown, but luckily we're still not grown-ups.
Yeah, not yet. I'm still trying.
No, I don't want to be. I don't want to be.
No, I have eaten a ridiculous amount of Halloween sweets this past week. Why would Caris buy the bowl a week early? I told her not to. It was like, if not sweet, why sweet shaped? So, yeah, I've been eating a lot of refreshers and love heart candies. And yeah, but that's, embracing my inner child is something that I purposefully chose not to do. The amount of times, dude, I'd play video games and be like, you're an adult, why are you doing this?
Oh, it's the ultimate unmasking for any neurodivergent person out there. If you want to know what real unmasking is, it is embracing your child side and going, do you know what? Naturally, I have a child brain that is capable of adulting when I need to. It's when we don't accept that, that's when it leads to burnout, because we're trying to mask when we don't need to. And we've been over this about, like, sometimes it's okay to mask. Sometimes you have to. It's called playing the game. Yeah. Know how to play the game and then try and play it better than everyone else. You have to play the neurotypical game sometimes. It's just how it is. But if you choose to do it, then you choose how you do it and how often you do it and how much energy you're willing to spend on doing it, and having that self-awareness of, I know that if I do this thing, just like if I'm trying to lift weights in the gym, I know there's a certain amount of weights that I can lift before I'm too tired to lift anymore. So I know it's going to take energy, but is it worth it? So it's picking your battles, finding out if something's worth it, and then doing it. And then all the other time, anytime you get a chance to, just be a big kid. I guarantee you will be happier for it.
Yeah, preach. Game changer for me. Absolute game changer, embracing my inner child, and the sort of wonder that I now see in the world now that I allow my inner child out. I feel like I've really managed to connect all the different versions of me, sort of put them into one person, rather than just having all of these different masks and these different personalities to suit who I'm in front of. And, the most important relationship that I've had to work on is the one with me, and talking on this podcast and to other people, and just like the sort of overall confidence that it's given me it's just been the most rewarding thing I've ever done. And I can't wait to see where we're going to be in a year's time.
200,000.
200. I can't wait to see where we're going to be, dude. And like, I'm so excited to take you, the listener, with us I mean, man, you listen to that first couple of episodes. If you've listened to every single episode, you're an absolute hero, and I love you. But even you must be listening now, going, "Yeah, Simon and Jordan have come a long way from like day one to whatever episode number we're on now. I lose track almost. There's that many, and we're not even at like episode 100 yet." And
yeah, we got to 100,000 before 100 episodes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is. It genuinely really is, and I'm really proud of us. And I'm just so excited to keep going. And you've got to really, that's why we're doing this episode. You've got to celebrate your victories and not undermine yourself, and really, sit with your achievements. And I'm very proud of us, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to make something like this, all you lovely people out there. And it just means the world to me.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, is that it's so important to celebrate achievements when you're neurodivergent and you struggle, or with any disability, and you struggle to do things that you don't think that you can do. And we have fought tooth and nail to be able to give episodes out to you listeners every single week. It takes up a lot of our time, and it's so rewarding knowing that people are actually listening. Like it just feels so much more like, oh, it was worth all that energy. It was worth all that time, because it most of the time it does sound like we're having fun, but my goodness me, this takes up so many spoons, man. And there's so much goes on behind the scenes when we prepare for episodes, the research that we do, the meetings that we have. Sometimes I think we've had like 2-3 hour meetings.
Oh, we were on the phone for what, 2.5 hours the other day?
Yeah, literally. Just thinking of different episodes, thinking of different things. We've got potentially more episodes a week when we finally have time to be able to do it. We're always looking to build on what we've already got, because we are not settlers. We are goal seekers. We are dream catchers, and we will continue to build this, and we cannot do it without you. So if you're listening, if you want to support us, the best way to support us is download every single episode, listen to as many episodes as you can, share with as many people, get everyone out there to download, because the more downloads we have, the more seriously we are taken, and therefore the more people we can reach in the future and the more people we can help. Because we have a tiny voice, and it needs to be big, because it needs to represent the people who aren't listened to. And that's what we're here for. I would say one more thing I was going to ask before we go is, what was your favorite episode? What's your favorite episode?
Oh, I'm going to say exactly the same one as you. I know I am. The echolalia episode, I have never laughed. I have had to edit it out. I had to edit out so much of my own laughing in that episode. I had the greatest unmasking experience doing that one. And if I've got to sort of say like another one as well, the alexithymia episode that we did was really healing for me. Like, I didn't realize how much I struggle with alexithymia.
So many people do not understand alexithymia, do they? It's a game changer, man.
It's literally the biggest disability of my life. And doing that episode genuinely made me feel like I got a demon off my back. So, most fun one I've ever had, echolalia. Like, I was starstruck with Steve Silberman and Dr. Luke Bearden, but the alexithymia one, I feel like I really put a demon to bed with that one. So they would be mine.
My favorite episode was Steve Silberman, because like his book was one of the main reasons I started advocating and actually feeling better about myself. It really helped me want to do more for the community, and it made me feel like I wasn't just a piece of crap that didn't deserve to have a say. And being able to actually speak to him, and for him to have read my book and praise my book was dude, like unbelievable, just unbelievable. And definitely doing the Echolale episode was just so much fun. Just making that episode, even though like not a lot of people have listened to that episode in comparison to a lot of other episodes, but Echolale is just like lately I've been watching League of Gentlemen, and all I'm doing is, "Are you local? Are you local?
This is a local shop for local people.
We'll have no trouble here."
The one that always gets me is the butcher. And he's like, "You like it, don't you?"
It's my special meat.
Special meat. Yeah.
Special meat, yeah.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
Hilarious.
Right.
Hilarious.
So, thank you for listening. Keep on listening. Keep on sharing. Keep sending those messages. Give us some more fuel for our fire, and we will continue to bring you great content every week.
Yep, we will. Thank you so much. We love you. And nightly bye, everybody. See you on Friday.
Nightly bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Neurodivergent Experience. We hope today's episode sparked something for you, whether it's a new idea, a bit of validation, or just a moment of connection. Remember, new episodes are every week, so be sure to join us for the next one for more conversations and insights into the neurodivergent experience. If you've enjoyed this podcast, help us grow. You can do that by rating and reviewing this show. Your support makes a huge difference in helping us reach more people who could benefit from these conversations. You can connect with us on social media. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Just search for the Neurodivergent Experience. Thank you again for listening, and until next time, take care of yourself. You're not alone in this journey.
This is Hannah Berner from Giggly Squad. O-Pill is the first over-the-counter daily birth control pill available in the U.S. Let's be real, getting a birth control prescription is not always easy, and it's so much admin. In fact, about a third of women face barriers to access prescription birth control. Between scheduling appointments, missing work, class, or just trying to exist, it's a lot. But now O-Pill is putting birth control in our control. O-Pill is a daily birth control that's FDA approved, full prescription strength, and estrogen free, and 98% effective when used as directed. Grab it online or at most major retailers, no prescription or doctor's appointment needed. So if you're thinking about birth control, check out O-Pill to see if it's right for you. Use code GIGGLY for 25% off your first month of O-Pill at OPILL.com. That's code GIGGLY at OPILL.com. Birth control in your control. We love to see it.